Hi, I am Amber Smithson, certified OPTAVIA coach, and welcome to Transition and Maintenance.
And I'm Chantel Flake. I'm also certified OPTAVIA health coach. So let's talk about you going into transition. We're so excited. This is actually the fun part. You thought weight loss phase was fun, but this is fun. So make a plan with your health coach first. This is the most important thing, obviously, because one size does not fit all. You definitely want to talk to your health coach about when you're going to, and so that they can coach you through that. If you have not been in contact with your coach, that's okay. This is the right time to get a hold of your coach and have them help you. Your goal weight and activity level are going to be really important in finding out what you're going to be doing for a transition. Transition is also going to require fuelings, so make sure that you have a few of those on hand so that you can use those during transition.
And the great thing about Transition with OPTAVIA is that it's so simple. Each week, and this is going to be a 4 to 6 week process, the first week you're just going to stay on your 5 and 1 like normal that you're used to, and you're going to add in another cup of your favorite vegetables. So this is kind of a fun time because you can add in maybe those carrots or corn or potatoes that we've been avoiding because they're a little too starchy. Week 2, you're bringing your fuelings down 1, and you're adding in addition to that extra cup of veggies, a piece of fruit or 2 medium-sized pieces of fruit. And the easy thing that I find, just throw some fruit in one of your shakes. Just make it simple. Week 3, then you are adding in a dairy. So maybe in that shake, you add in a cup of almond milk and your fruit. Just like, don't overthink it. Weeks 4 through 6, this is where you bring a fueling down to 3 fuelings per day, and you can add in some of those whole grains, and it's just super simple. Don't overthink this part at all.
Exactly. So during that week 4 through 6, as the guide said, what we're going to do is we're going to bring your TEE, bring you up to your TEE, which means total energy expenditure. And so this is dependent on, it's unique to every person. And so we want to kind of find that ballpark number. We're not looking for like an exact. You're going to kind of play around with this for a while, for about a month into transition to maintenance, but we're going to find a ballpark number. And so we're going to teach you how to be able to do that. But it's only half the story though. So like I said, we're going to play around with that. And really we want to teach you how to control that insulin pump as well.
A lot of times people think it's only about calories in, calories out. They'll say, boy, I've been eating less calories and working out more, but maybe they're not losing, or maybe they're gaining still. So the other side of the story, like Chantel said, is controlling your insulin pump. So here's a study that was done at the University of Toronto. And basically they took 2 groups of people and they fed them the same number of calories and the same foods. The only difference was they broke them up into 3 traditional meals versus 6 smaller meals. And the group who ate their meals 6 times a day, they lost more weight, they were less hungry, they reduced their cholesterol by 15% over the first group, and they reduced their blood insulin levels by 28% over the first group. So one of those things that we want to remember is to keep those habits of eating 6 small meals a day and just small amounts throughout the day. Don't go back to eating just a couple big meals.
Amber, that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned after doing this program. For my entire life before this, I would eat that 3 squared meal way. And for the past 6 years since I've learned about this program, I have eaten the 6 small ways. And I can say from personal testimonial that that is the number one thing. Like if you don't get anything out of this webinar, anything else out of this webinar, that's what I want you to remember. If you can do that, I have actually never had somebody come back to me and say that they've gained their weight back if they've been doing that one thing. So we want to teach you how to do that and how to continue to do that. And think of it, like Amber said, it's the same thing you've been doing. Your body has been in training mode the past little bit while you've been in a weight loss phase. And now it's game time. You've trained for it and now you're ready to go. So this glycemic index is something that I never knew existed until I learned about this program. It's so fascinating to me that each category is on a scale of 1 to 100, 100 being pure sugar. So you can see here that there's in the green, and then the red is higher on the glycemic index. And generally we say stay in the green to stay lean. So not meaning that you can't ever eat watermelon again, but be aware that watermelon has 76 out of 100 on the sugar level. So it's kind of crazy. There's all different categories: vegetables, cereal, pasta. Every category of food has one. And so you can just kind of go look on that. Looking at the difference of cooked carrots here over on the vegetable on the left-hand side versus raw carrots, 30 versus 80. Isn't that interesting? So being aware of these and generally trying to pick things that are more in the green.
Right, Chantel. And it's just so important. It's that other side of the equation. It's the calories in, calories out, and the insulin pump. When you are balancing both of those principles, then you're going to find that success. And that's what I love about the OPTAVIA program is no matter if you're in weight loss phase or now you're in the optimization phase, because we don't want to just maintain, we want to optimize, right?
Love that.
Remain. It's eat your breakfast within an hour of waking up. Eat every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. Eat small fuelings, macro balanced. You're having some protein with those carbohydrates. We're going to talk more about that. Drinking your water, moving your body. It's the same story.
What I hear you saying, Amber, is that it's exactly what everyone's been doing. Like literally nothing has changed. Nothing is going to change except for what maybe some more calories that you put into your mouth. The same exact principles.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more about finding your total energy expenditure, because it is an important part. Like we said, it's the two sides of the equation. So it's so simple. If you go to OPTAVIA.com, and I'm going to bring this up so that it's just so straightforward for everyone. You go to OPTAVIA.com and go mouse over products and programs. Hold on. Okay, we're going to click on products and programs and click on optimal health 3-in-3 plan. We'll get you there, don't worry. And then if we scroll down, there's a great video that you can watch. And also here is your calculator for your total energy expenditure, or your TEE. So let's do a sample. So let's say that you are at 150, you are 5'7", and you're 40 years old and a female. You're going to hit next. And I think it's helpful, especially at the beginning, to figure on either sedentary or slightly active. We want to be very realistic with our activity levels. Sometimes we think we exercise more than we do. So I'm going to figure it on sedentary. So 16 to 1,700 calories is the TEE for that woman who's 40 years old, 5'7", 150. Then your coach is going to hook you up with this sample meal plan. So again, you look at your number. So I'm going to say 1,700. So here it has all the way from 1,200 to 2,500 calorie plans. And these are just like little checklists. And it's good to do this for at least your first week till you get a handle on it. It'll tell you exactly, for breakfast, a starch, dairy, a fruit. Have a fueling mid-morning. For lunch, you're having a lean and green, but you're getting to add in a starch. Another fueling. For dinner, you're having a lean and green, but you're adding in a fruit. And then a fueling before bed. And they even let you know how many free choices you can have. And if you're going, well, this doesn't help me, I could eat this for one day, but I can't eat the same thing every day. Well, your coach is also going to hook you up with the Healthy Exchange PDF. And the great thing about this is you're just looking at some options. Okay, fruits. What counts as a fruit exchange? It'll tell you half a cup of chopped fresh fruit. What counts as a dairy exchange? A cup of milk or almond milk. And it's just really great because it goes through each of the categories. Proteins, it gives you lots of good ideas. How much cottage cheese? How much egg substitute? Or beef jerky? And it even gives you a lot of tips on how to stay in good, healthy ranges. And same for starches, fats, non-starchy vegetables, free choice items. So you'll notice that in this 1,700 calorie plan, it said one free choice. So we're not saying you can't ever have some chocolate or you can't ever have, we just want to make sure we're eating it in the right ways. So they even tell you, 4 Hershey Kisses, or how about a 1 ounce of fruit snacks? Sometimes I eat some of my kids' fruit snacks, I'm not going to lie. So this is just a great option that helps you kind of stay within those guidelines and boundaries.
Absolutely. I love that it's very specific and it's like a checklist for those of you who really like that checklist. If you're more the type of person that a checklist stresses you out and you're thinking, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life, that's okay. This is just to kind of get your feet wet and experience what it is and like what amount your body needs. And then slowly moving every week, you're just going to get better and better at it to where honestly, you probably won't have to measure anymore. 6 years into maintenance, I just kind of know. I kind of know about how much. I kind of look at it as every time I eat, I want a protein carb balance that. And I listen to those hunger cues and I know, okay, that's about it. So be encouraged that this is a learning process as well. So stay in connection with your coach, keep adjusting. If you gain a pound a week into maintenance, then you'll know, hey, you know what? Cut back just a little bit. If you keep losing, which often happens too, up that TEE just a little bit, and you just want to play around with that.
I love that, Chantel. It's such a good point that what we're trying to create here is the habits of health, right? That's the name of our program, the habits of health. And we want to just get in those habits. You're not going to have to measure out everything for the rest of your life. You're just going to be getting in the groove of it. So connect with your health coach, and we hope that this webinar has been helpful for you and give you some confidence going into transition and maintenance.